Hi, and welcome to toddfun.com. And being it's the day after Thanksgiving, I want to share with you something I always did when I was a young kid, and that is making our own Christmas ornaments. Most specifically, we would use these pods. These are milkweed seed pods, and when you clean them up and spray paint them and decorate them, they make very interesting Christmas ornaments. And I'm just going to show you how we did that. Let's go to the table. Bench. So yeah, the hard thing to do with this one is harvesting your own, I guess they're called milkweed seed pods. They produce they grow wild here in the North Dakota plains, and this cottony stuff comes out, and they pop like this, and then you harvest them in the fall, and then you just dig out, make sure all the fluff is out of them. And there's still some in this one, really. And then you just set them up to dry good, because, well, they'll dry naturally, but you want them to dry. Sometimes they'll dry a little too much and they'll curl, and you don't want those, but if you bring them in at the right time and let them dry slowly, then they keep this nice ornament shape. You wouldn't keep that there. And we won't keep the sticks, but we're leaving the sticks on because it's going to be easy to paint them. And the concept is, once they're cleaned up, we'll paint them some silver, some gold, and that way they have a nice color to them. We use usually a pipe cleaner, or colorful pipe cleaner in this case, for the hook to hold it on the tree, and then you decorate the inside of the pod. The back side, of course, will be painted nice as well. I got all of these decorative supplies at a dollar store. I spent less than $10. Essentially everything was $1. I got some red felt, some green felt, a little pack of, and this can be anything really, a little pack of like Christmas scenery, and then just colored balls, some beads, gold and red ribbon, thin, like less than a quarter inch, so that you can essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to glue the felt inside and then trim it, and then we'll use a particular type of ribbon, kind of glittery ribbon, to go around the edges to highlight it. We'll put some scenery in of choosing, maybe some sprinkles of glitter for like some snow scenes. These different colored beads, I just got gold, make good stars in the night sky, sort of like a night sky scene. And I just use some what they call tacky glue, or just some craft glue, to put it all together. A hot glue gun in case something needs to be a little more quick set, like these ornaments and stuff, so they stay put quick. So I'm just going to start making some of these. So actually I'll paint them and show that. And then we'll start making one. And if you are in an area where there's milkweed or large pods, you can collect your own and make your own Christmas ornaments. It's a very traditional, old way of, very frugal way of making and decorating a tree. They look really brilliant when we're done. Here's a tip: if your pods were dried, curled in a way in which they're not really usable for decorations, you can soak them in some warm to hot water for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then when you take them out, just get yourself a big spoon and get it in there, because they're kind of soft and mushy again. Get the shape you want and let them set out and dry again, and they'll be nice and straight and usable for ornaments. And then I took my thumb and I rubbed them backwards to get all the little spikies off, and I cut the sticks off just because it turned out to be easier in the end. But I might not do them all with felt. I might actually use them with the raw background just spray painted. So I'm going to spray the inside all silver on all of them, and some of them I will use felt and some I might not. And then the back sides I'll make all gold. Now, while that's wet, I'm going to just kind of throw some sprinkles of glitter at it. That'll be just enough glitter to kind of catch the light from the Christmas bulbs. We got 6 reasonable ones. I'm all set up with everything to start kind of making different types of scenery. And so let's do some of that. So the first thing is putting in a little bit of felt, unless you like this silver background. But I'm going to go with sort of a green background. Green or red is good. And what we'll do is we'll coat this with some glue, and then we'll stick it down. And once it sticks down good, then we'll trim around it with the scissors. And so that's kind of stuck in there good now, and we'll set that aside to dry. Set that aside to dry. So we'll just let these sit and dry real good, and then we'll trim them up, and then go on to the ribbons. But being this one we didn't put no felt on, we can go ahead and at least glue up some gold ribbon on it. There, once you get all the hot glue strings pulled away, that actually worked out pretty good. And because it's such low temperature glue, it wouldn't burn my fingers, but it mean I had to go like 1 inch at a time. So I'm gonna start by putting some background sparklies, like there's snow falling, and so just a light coating of this glue, sort of like in the sky. Snowfall background. There, sort of sort of like it's got snow in the back. I'm gonna go with keeping it pretty minor, not a lot. I'll put a dab of glue there, put in a snowball, and then I'll put a dab of glue back here, just enough to hold that little deer in there up here. So I'll put a little dab right there, and I'll put one of these little star beads up here. Probably another one over here. And now, while that sets up a little bit, we'll get out I like to get these colored hangers, and just to added color, I think I'll go blue. And there's not much to that. Just make sure you go through the hole we drilled. Bring it around. Wrap it. And then find about the size you want for your hook. And then using your great scissors, snip it so that you don't have a good scissors anymore. Now you have a colored little hanger to go with your homemade prairie Christmas ornament. But that's attractive. You can, switch it up with different colors, and make a tree scene with some snow, or you could make a snowman would be cute. I'll make one with a snowman. So I'll whip up a few more, and then I'll lay them out, and we'll be done. So now we're going to put the ribbon on to kind of cover the trimmed felt, and it'll look kind of like this. And then the colored ones that are green and red will look like that, and then the scenery goes inside. So I kind of like this arrangement. I'll glue these in, and then I'll add some different color beads. So I think I'll just call that one done, just like a little Christmas tree kind of thing with some bells on it. And there, that's a little snowman with a few globes and some snowfields. That's not so bad. And there we go. We have our, what I'm calling, home on the prairie milkweed pod Christmas ornaments. All done up and ready for the tree. But before we close, let's take a look at them on the tree. So we'll zoom in real quick and see what they look like. Yeah. Isn't that clever? You know, I was just talking to my sister, and she remembers doing these when she was a little girl. And I would help her, and my mom would do them, and they were just so much fun. Okay. Thanks for joining. Bye.